Welcome back. This is DG Videtto, and welcome to our next premiere. I'll be talking about how we survived the winter storm Fern. We still have a lot of cleanup to do. We've done plowing, shoveling, but I'm going to go through the property and I'm going to share where we're at now. And as you can see, the roof is very heavy with snow. It's powdery, so now is the time to do it, because if you get a rainstorm, you get rain or you get thawing, you will get ice dam, and then it's next to impossible to get rid of at that point. Plus the fact it can come down on you. So even if you can't deal with the whole roof, I strongly suggest that you deal with over your entranceways. Hope everybody made it through okay, and stay tuned. Well, I share everything that's going on here with this property and how we are maintaining and keeping the property clear and safe. Stay tuned. So I'm back and I'm filming. As you can see, there's a lot of snow, and we did a lot of snow removal. One of the reasons we didn't take and put the plow down all the way is because we found that it tends to build up ice. If you leave a little bit of snowpack, it's much better. So we have a nice sunny day and some blue sky finally. Those are kind of rear up here. As you can see, my walks down to my forest might be a little more challenging. I'm going to try to shovel out a small path so we can try some snowshoeing. It's a daunting task, and we've been at it for days, even during the storm, when Fern was coming in with all her snow and cold. We were out here. So let's continue on so I can share with you what we did. Try to keep the camera steady. So due to the ice that we had, we were unable to bring the John Deere plow down here because we were afraid we were going to get stuck down there. So we did some by hand to take the top layers off, and then we used the snowblower, the battery operated snowblower, believe it or not. And oops, sorry about that. Okay, let's continue on here. First, I want to talk about this. This is the exhaust for the furnace, and I'm sure most people around here well know it, but if you're unfamiliar and haven't had to deal with snow, one of the things that is very important is that you keep this clear. And as you can see, there's some ice hanging. I come out every day, sometimes twice a day, just to make sure that's clear, because condensation builds up, then it freezes. And it is very cold here today. Exits are really important. In case there's an emergency, you need to be able to get out. You want to be slipping downstairs. Still a little bit of cleanup, but I don't think we're going to have a thaw for a few days. This was yet another daunting task. This is the spot where we were slipping and sliding, and I think I shared some laughter between John and I coming down this hill when we were filming with the DIY headset that he made me for filming. I'm not using that today because I thought I could keep steadier doing it this way. Hopefully. I'll land here in a minute and then we'll talk. Whoops. So, propane tanks. If you have propane, ours isn't buried, it's above ground, which is fine with me because you still have to dig out for the fill, to be filled. If you don't clear your path, and rightfully so, you will not get delivery. So this here, it was a task. Right before the storm hit, we were able to get a fill, and that's just part of the planning that has to go on when you're living with, severe weather conditions. It's the reality. So you get an idea of how deep the snow is and how big my deck is. The deck is pretty much my responsibility. We kind of divide and conquer. On this storm, we were both pitching in. Luckily, the snow was very light and fluffy. So there is our tank, and there's the snow we had to dig out. There's the forest. So when I stepped through, the forest. In most places it's up to my hips, but I am not very tall, so I'll back up. Oops. Okay, here we go. So heading up to my rear deck. You can see the shed really should be raked off too. We do get a lot of sun back here, but it's not going to melt. And honestly, again, if it melts and then freezes, that's where you get the ice dam. So in order to avoid that, they recommend that you get rid of the snow from your roof as much as possible to prevent that. And we have experienced the snow coming down all in one clump, and it's, you know, it's an eye-opener, we'll say. Okay. There's my trusty little 5-year-old battery-operated snowblower. I just love this thing. So, real close-up. You can see we're already getting a little bit of ice dam. So, we think we have 2 roof rakes. So, obviously, we're also charging the batteries again, because when we rake the roof, then we're going to be doing the deck again. But you have to do the deck because you couldn't possibly use this battery operated with all the snow that you have to deal with all at once. So we really try to keep up with it. And I actually had this snowblower in the house, in the kitchen, before the snow hit. We found that works out really well, and there's no gasoline, so it's no big deal to do that. So here's my other exit off the deck. Now, I shoveled the bulkhead twice, but as you can see, this bulkhead is the egress that comes out of the basement. I feel it's very important to keep that clear, so that's pretty much part of my deck duty, is to clean the deck and also take care of the bulkhead. Take a spin around, get a good view of the ice, a nice blue sky, isn't that beautiful? Continue down the other side, but before I do so, you can see our RV. We're not going anywhere for a while. It's I don't know how people do it, honestly, in the winter travel. I think they have them stored inside, but unfortunately our garage doors aren't high enough to do that. So we store it in the back. That's kind of an interesting story too, because we put these pavers down that the grass grows between them, so that we didn't create more impervious surfaces in our yard. I'm very much, against covering too much of your land. Water runoff, it needs to go somewhere, and we try to, do the right thing. It was labor intensive, but more details on that another video. I'm going to stick to how we survive Fern and the tasks that we still have left to do. So, getting ourselves set up. We're getting ourselves set up. We just got 2 roof rakes, so it looks like we're both going to be doing some roof raking. We have the snow blower and the batteries going back in, the shovel. And this is what we'll be tackling. Try to get some good footage here. So, stay tuned. Here we go. So, here we go. Go ahead. I gotta stop and start this. So I'm back at the front of the house, and as you can see, the front isn't much better than the rear of the house. Snow, but at least if it comes down, we shouldn't have to do much shoveling out, only on the smaller deck. And the other thing that's important here is obviously being able to get into the garage, which is where I stored the GMC when weather's coming in. So we have a path cleared. As you can see, the wood pile, can't really get to that, but we did plan for it, and I brought in quite a bit of wood. John brought in some wood as well, so maybe we can make it, but I think we're in for about a week of cold, and then maybe a little bit of a warm-up, and certainly we need to do some more here before that, because another storm could come in. So here's the, looking back at the shed, you can see I need to do another little path there and clear off the bulkhead, which we already talked about. There's the wood pile, and you know, the van in the back just sits there, so that doesn't really have to be addressed. So yeah, plenty to do. sun's picking up. Wow. All right, hot cocoa time. Still got the front roof to do. We'll do that after we warm up. Enjoy some RV travel later. It's been a rough one. You want to shovel out your bed? Oh goodness. Gotta see the humor in things. It's really pretty out here today. Get many blue skies. One of the things we've learned, we didn't do it this time with the Chevy, but we always back in, just in case. Part of some good planning. Okay. So, John's truck hasn't been run for a few days, so it's time to sweep it all again, I should say. He's going to take it for a ride. It's like 1 degree out. It's really cold. Okay. I didn't talk about is your rural mailboxes. They have to be shoveled out or you won't receive mail. I also have a PO box, but still I do receive some of my mail comes through rural delivery. So, you know, yet another task. I didn't really have that on the list, but don't forget about that. So that concludes today's premiere on Fern and how we survived up here in the Woodlands with the storm. Still plenty of snow and work to be done, but we've got it under control. We've got it planned and we work together. So hope everybody did well with the storm, and please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. And if there are certain things that you'd like to see up here in the Woodlands, please let me know through your comments. Have a good day.